Hello and welcome back to the channel. Well, this year up at the cabin, we spent most of the summer doing a lot of work. Got the backhoe, doing a lot of backhoe work, redoing the front deck. There's always plenty to do with all the dead trees. In this video, I want to just kind of talk about the visitors that we had this summer. Not able to have a whole lot of friends and family up to the cabin due to COVID, but I was surprised at just how many visitors we had stop by. My wife and I have been going up to the family cabin for many, many years now, and we very rarely see a moose. Well, this summer, this moose was hanging out pretty much all summer long. Every time we'd go up, he was out here wandering around. About midsummer, as the antlers on this moose was getting larger and larger, you could see the velvet on the antlers. We just happened to catch him this day. He wasn't walking very well. He was stumbling. He had a little bit of a limp. So my first fear was that maybe somebody had shot him. Sadly to say, there has been a poacher in the area. They did shoot a couple of deer, but they just left them, which is just horrible. I can't believe we've got people that would do such a thing. So I was really worried that maybe somebody had shot this moose too because of the way it was limping. It wasn't acting right. But you could see its horn, its antler on the left side is damaged, so maybe it was bumped by a vehicle that drove by. That's always possible too. Once he got down into the pond, I was really worried he wasn't going to be able to get back out. But you can see him climb out with ease. A little tender, but... Hopefully he'll get feeling better and we'll see him next year. We typically see a lot of squirrels up here. I didn't see any squirrels this year. And we had a few chipmunks, like this chipmunk family. What we did have a lot of was the ground squirrels, the potguts. There were thousands of them. And having so many for other creatures to feed on, like foxes and badgers. In all the years we've been coming to the cabin, I have never seen a badger. And this guy was hanging out pretty much all summer long. We had to really keep a close eye on my little dog. Before I had seen this badger, we had walked out on the front deck and my little dog was standing on the deck looking out through the railing, and on the other side of the railing was this badger. And this is our little dog Marty. He was new to the cabin this year as well. As I have mentioned in a couple of my prior videos, if anybody gets hurt up here, we are a good hour away from having an ambulance come up, and then another hour to get back down to get help. So we have to be really, really careful up here, and heaven forbid if somebody has a heart attack or something really drastic, we're not going to just throw them in the back of the truck and go heading down the mountain. So they brought up their air ambulance to do a meet and greet and see just how easy it would be to fly in and out of this valley. So it was an excellent test. It was great to see them.
Where we could do like a run, like
it was interesting talking to them. We asked, what is the reason you fly out more often than anything else? And they said it is COVID related, of having to pick people up in these remote areas that have severe COVID and fly them into the hospital. So not only is this area our landing strip for the AirMed helicopter, this is also our backup landing strip for our evacuation if there's ever a fire coming up through the valley. So in this valley right here, there is a area, a shed, where we keep firefighting equipment, and there is a siren that can be sounded to get everybody to meet in this area if we have to air evacuate. We had other flyers visit this year. We had a record number of hummingbirds come through this fall. We typically put out a little bird feeder like this one and it'll last a week. They would empty this thing daily. Never seen so many hummingbirds. Once the cold and the rain and the snow starts to set in, that's the time when we like to burn. We have slash piles, which is just branches off of all the trees we cut down, roots, root balls, stumps. We've got a pretty good sized trench that I'll just dump them all into and then light it on fire. Very relaxing to just burn and watch the fire. Well, once it starts snowing heavily and the forecast looks like there's going to be several feet come in, that's when we lock up, close everything up, drain all the water, get everything freeze protected, and we leave for the winter. Well, goodbye, cabin. We will see you next spring.